What up, good people? It's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns, back at you with another one. So recently we did a front sight project on those Kimber 2K11s. We couldn't find a proper front sight height to co-witness with that rear plate, so we decided to make a couple of our own. So we did that. That video is up on the site. If you haven't seen that, if you want to take a look, go back and check that out. What we're doing today is just taking both of those out, checking the zero, see if the height is right, see if we've got a true zero with the plate and that new front sight to see if we need to make any further adjustments. So that's where we are. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way. This video is for educational purposes only. We are in a safe and controlled environment. We're not selling any firearms, nor are we selling any accessories. We're not promoting the sale of any firearms, nor are we promoting the sale of any accessories. Strictly a product review of my own personal equipment. All right, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. If you enjoy the content, hopefully you hit that subscribe button and come back and see us. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate the support. Appreciate you being along for the ride, and we're going to keep this journey going. So let's get into it. So we took our Kimber Coyote, the full size. Mag is empty. Weapon is empty. Fire in safe direction. That mag back in for aesthetics. So we created a new front sight for this bad boy. We took the one that we had, which was just blacked out front sight. It was oversized, and we cut it down to the proper height that we needed to give us a co-witness with this rear sight. And we were hoping that we hit the right height. And so today is all about taking this bad boy out, running some rounds through it, and see if we did hit the right height. So we took this one, and we also cut the sight down for the Pro model for our Royal. Mag is empty. Weapon is empty. Fire in safe direction. That mag back in for aesthetics. So same situation here. We're running the same Kimber rear plate on here, the one that they sell for it with the version 1, because they've changed it for the new models. And we cut our sight down and put us some color to it. And we're going to see if this bad boy is giving us a 0. First and foremost, one of the issues that we have is the color on here is red, and it's not that bright of a red. So shooting at a red target, you can see where I'm going with this. Same here, red, but not that bright of a red, and especially against a red target background. But nonetheless, it's going to give us an idea of where we are, if we're 0, if we're at the right height, if this is what we want to be with, or if we need to make further adjustments. So let's jump out. We're going to start with the Coyote. Let's jump out to the range, run some rounds through this bad boy, see if we're on target, see what kind of adjustments we got to make, and then we'll come back in and talk about it. All right. So we're off to our Kimber. We'll check these iron sights. At the dock Dead center on the right. Let's see what these irons are going to do for us here. Right. You to get further down. It's okay. One flyer Okay. So the co-witness is just barely in the lower portion of the window. Try another name. And stick with that same target. Switch to top. Switch to left target, dead center. Doesn't help that the sight is red and the target's red. Okay. This is really good. I see where we are. That's what I was saying. You just definitely need a different color on that front sight. Because that red's not, it's blending with the target. Like if I go to the right in the black, shooting. Back to the target. Okay. Cool. See where the hole's at on that. So, started out really rough, well off target, but then we kind of brought it in. It's shooting a little high, and that I think is more of a matter of me just kind of finding the hole with the iron sight and with this rear sight of where exactly I need to place it. But on this particular model, well, you got two things going on both models. You got the witness window on the top of the barrel that's kicking debris up there, and it's clouding up the sight a little bit early. So on this one, your co-witness is really low, and I'll show you this bad boy to let you see what we're working with here. So on this one here, your co-witness is just a very lower portion of the window there. So that's pretty much all you got, which that's doable, but that's not something you're really going to run for quick acquisition. It's something that you can use if you don't have your red dot, but it's not something that you're going to be quick on the target and firing. Once you get used to it, you can be a little better. But I want to get some additional color on here. I want something like a fluorescent orange to where I can pick it up a little better, or maybe a fluorescent green. So I'm going to get some different paint. The red was kind of spare of the moment. I should have thought that through because I know I'm going to be shooting red targets. So that wasn't the best of moves. So we'll work on that. We'll get us some color. But ran some more rounds through this bad boy. It was better towards the end. You know, once I kind of dialed into where the hole was, then it felt a little bit better. But I still need some more time with it to get comfortable with it and to get some different color for me to really make a good decision on whether I'm going to stick with this or whether I'm going to have Dawson Precision just make me a custom front sight for this bad boy and be done with it. That might be where we end up, but I want to try some different color on there before we do that. So that's the Coyote. We switched over to the Royal. Next up, to run this Royal. Now on the Royal, the optic on here is a little lower cut, so you got much more of a picture for your co-witness as far as in the window. So this one here is a little bit better and a little bit easier to run. So let's jump out there, run some rounds through this, let you take a look at it, and then we'll come back in and we'll talk about it. So let's head out. Let's try this. Let's try this Royal.
Yeah, no, you're getting me into having one.
We're gonna go with that. Since the other one was high, we're gonna go with that left target and see what this one is.
I just saw it on my
Don't see that bad boy at all. Let's just go in the middle.
I like it. I mean, I gotta.
This one might be dead on.
It's like
I think this is
sometimes
good.
we'll go buy more ammo or you got.
Let's go. Let's go dead center on this left target. Let's go bottom right. Same thing. You got to go in the lower portion of that window. So now, let's go with that bottom right, small one. All right. Color definitely isn't bright enough, but let's see what the hold is now. Let's go top left, right in the target. That's sketchy. I don't think it's adequate, but we'll try some different color before we pull the plug on it. All right. So with this one here, it's a little bit easier to get on target. Once again, window gets a little cloudy with that witness up top on the barrel. So it gets dirty pretty quick. So you easily kind of blend that front red target, that front red sight with your target. So that is not the easiest of pickup. Let me show you what we're working with as far as the co-witness on this one. This one here, you got much more pickup there. So that's what you're working with for your co-witness. So you got quite a bit of dot, quite a bit of sight in your window there. So that one's easier to work with. So as you can see on this one here, it was on much easier and quicker than the Coyote. But I still feel that I wasn't quite feeling it. You know, it was okay. It'll do if you need. Before I pull the plug on it, I'm going to get some different color and put on here. Probably like a fluorescent green to give me a serious contrast against the target. And I'll see how I like that. But I will definitely likely order a couple of custom front sights from Dawson. Proper height, 0.235 is the proper height for the front sight to give you a true co-witness with this plate. That's what I cut it down to. I think I may have gone a little bit further than I should have, but this still works. It's just a matter of having the hole right. So I want to put some different color on it so I can easily pick it up and put some more rounds through it. That's just one outing, and I was running them both. So it let me know that we're in the ballpark. We can use it, but I don't think it's where I really want to be. So I'm going to price some custom sites through Dawson and see about getting that. This one here, I'm going to port this one inside of the slides. And I saw one that Trent just did, and he put the chunk port on it. I wasn't going to put the chunk port on this, but after seeing that one, it looked pretty nice with the chunk port. So I might go ahead and do the chunk port as well as the ports inside of the slide cuts here. But I'll see. I want to try the Jacob Gray, that Reaper recoil reduction, their guide rod. So I want to try that. I actually want to try it on the Coyote because I'm not going to port or chunk port this one at all. So I want to try it on here first to see what the kind of reduction it has for the recoil. And that'll determine whether I put it in anything else. So this will be the true test because this one has no work done to it. The Eclipse has the ports. You got the V6 ports here. And this is empty. Mag, nothing in the weapon, same direction. So this one here, we've got the chunk port, we've got the V6 ports, and we did the inline 3 on top. So this one here is breathing pretty good. And I'm torn. I wasn't going to do the chunk port on the Royal because I wanted to keep that slide looking the way it's looking. But after looking at the one that Trent just did, it was very tastefully done. So I might go ahead. So if that, I'm going to lose the front sight, but I will have him just put a Glock sight behind it here on the slide. And that'll kind of solve that. And he could pick the proper height to match it up with this rear sight here because that's what he does. So the jury's still out on that. I know I'm going to port it, but still undecided whether I'm going to chunk port it. So we'll see. But this was just a quick outing to test that code witness to kind of give me an idea of what direction I'm going to go with these sites. I know this is not the be all end all. This was a nice project, but it's not really clean enough for me to be on these items. So I'm going to do something different, either with the Dawson for the Kimber. And if we chunk port this one in, we'll just have a Glock sight put in behind it there. So that's where we are. But I'm not going to hold you. It's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns. Check me out on other platforms at Bust Them Guns, Instagram, Facebook, as well as Rumble. Once again, we're in the new year. Arm 6 is coming up June of this year in Jacksonville, Florida. If you're not familiar with Arm 6, go to the website, aregularmeetup.com, put on by my man RGG, a regular gun guy. Check out his site. We do a live every Wednesday and Friday. We talk about it. This is what we do. Everybody in there, gearing up for Arm 6. We get together, sponsors come. It's a big event, so we'll have sponsors there. We'll have a sponsors day, range day with them. But what we all look forward to is we have a community range day where all of us bring our firearms. We shoot each other firearms, share ideas, things we've been talking about all year in the live. So just kind of bringing all that to life. But it's a nice event. It runs over that weekend. Women's conference for the ladies, so it's a family event. You can bring the whole family, bring the wife, bring the kids. Everybody's welcome. Everything pretty much takes place on site at the hotel, so you really don't have to go anywhere other than when we hit the range, which that's one day for community range day, one day for the sponsors to shoot the sponsor firearms products, get to rub elbows with some of the big sponsors. Jacob Gray is coming. I think Taurus is coming back. So we're going to have some nice name out there. Stealth Arms, a big sponsor again. So that's a big event. June's going to be here before we know it. If you're interested in going, once again, check out a regular meetup. Check out the site. You can get tickets on there. Tickets are on sale. Once you get your tickets, then you get the information for the hotel. You can book your hotel. But that's going to be the place to be for June. This is the 6th annual event. This will be the 3rd one for me. So I hit the one in Ohio. I hit the one that was in Atlanta last year. And then this year we're in Jacksonville, Florida, Arm 6, so 6th annual event. Check it out. Check me out on the other platforms at Bust Them Guns, Instagram, Facebook, as well as Rumble. Awards are being given out. We do have ARM Awards where we recognize content creators, other individuals in the 2A space, not necessarily content creators. So there's a whole list of categories. Top Gun of the year, so it's a little bit of everything. I'm actually nominated for Under the Radar Award, but it's all type of categories. I'm sure some people in there so check out the site. Voting is now open. Voting will be open up to the event. So hop in there, vote for your boy. Anybody else that you recognize in there that you want to vote for. It's going to be a hot event. Once again, check it out. I'm not going to hold you. Till next time, holla.